आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become powerful and efficient. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, existence itself. May I never deny this reality of oneness, of Brahman. May this reality never reject me either. May all the virtues necessary to experience this truth in life be with me. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect the teacher. May that protect me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us try to feel this truth of oneness. Let us feel I am a little ice cube in a huge heap of ice cubes. And I feel I am distinct from others. I identify myself with a shape, a size. The heap is kept in a warm space. And I see I am losing shape. My size also is shrinking. So also all other ice cubes. I soon realize we are one. Whole existence is one. Even before melting, the difference was only in appearance. It was all actually one. So, all that is seen, felt, including one's separate identity, all is really the one without second, Satchidananda, this storehouse of all bliss, all knowledge, all peace. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, dear friends, this evening we shall be entering in a very beautiful, very illuminating story of how the Mother Ganga, Ganges, it came to earth from heaven. How this happened. And as you know how tremendous reverence is in India amongst the Hindus about Mother Ganges. It is not just called river, it is a goddess, it is the divine. There are so many, innumerably many hymns glorifying this Mother Ganges. So, and the stories and the tales about it also abound. Bhagavatam has also this tale while giving the lineage of this Surya Vansh, the clan of Sun dynasty as it were, in which we were seeing the story of Sagara and saw. Yeah, that needs to be switched on. So then we can have our opening prayers and then we shall move to the story. Story of Ganga. So, although it says chapter 9, actually it is mostly chapter 8, just a little part of chapter 9. But the story of Ganga mainly comes in chapter 9. I have given that title chapter 9. So, we saw last time that Sagara, he did the sacrifice. So, Ashwamedha Yajna. Then what happened? So, let us recite this opening mantra, which happens to be the very first mantra of the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water, and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. That on that truth supreme we meditate. On this opening verse, if you see in this opening verse, Bhagavatam, the whole, not only the essence of the whole book, but the essence of whole Vedanta is condensed in it. It is the meditation on the truth supreme, and the truth supreme is pervaded in everything. It is transcendent over everything and immanent in everything. This is how one can see this. It is all Brahman, you know. Everything that we see is that supreme truth. And yet, nothing of this is supreme truth. It's a very enigmatic thing told by Lord Krishna in the 9th chapter, that I am in all. Matsthani sarvabhutani, all beings are in me. And in the next verse says, no, not in that sense. There are no beings in me. So, because both these ideas have to be understood together. In the relative world, this statement will not make any sense. What is this? All contradictions? Yes, from our relative standpoint, where everything has to be certified by the rationality of brain, this certainly is a contradiction. But everything in the world is contradictory in that sense, that nothing really is rational. It is all that is rational is really not having much meaning, and that which has meaning is not rational. So, like people running after pleasures and get pain instead. This is a common experience. You run after getting pleasures. Nobody runs after getting pain. But what we actually get is pain. This is contradiction. We go to know everything, and we see that the knowledge keeps on expanding and keeps on, missing through our grips. We cannot know anything really. And then life, it is a big contradiction. What we call living is marching towards death. So it is like that. Everything is contradictory because it is unreal. In right from the say high school maths, we had been using this technique to prove an assumption to be false by assuming its negation to be true. That it is to prove a statement, okay, it is assume the negation of it, and then it will land us in a contradiction. Why did it land us in a contradiction? Because our basic assumption was not correct, and so we have to give up that assumption. Euclid has used this, many others, right from the historic times we see using this technique of reductio ad absurdum, as sometimes it is called. It comes to an absurdity. So therefore the original assumption has to be discarded. So here the original assumption that this I and world are real as we see it. That is the assumption that leads to all the contradictions. And therefore, that assumption has to be what, Jitendra? Eh? Huh? That assumption that this is all real has to be discarded. What? So simple, isn't it? That assumption is to be discarded. But why do we not discard it? Because of the deep rooted attachments. This is I, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Yeah, it is various objects which we hold on to, our opinions that we hold on to, they are also like our children, brain children. So, in fact, the attachment to our brain children is more than our physical, biological children. So it is therefore this prevents us from discarding the wrong assumption, because I love it. When I love something, I can't see the faults of it. It is like that, yeah. Like I love the hot chilies. So even if somebody tells me the drawbacks of hot chilies, I will just brush that aside. No, no, no. Because of the attachment, you see. Attachment makes our decisions very colored. That is why we don't see the truth. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there comes a beautiful verse. Our one past president, revered Ranganathanandaji Maharaj, was very fond of it. That Ichcha Dvesha Samuthena Dvandva Mohena Bharata Sarva Bhutani Sammoham Sarge Yanti Parantapa. That look, attraction and repulsion, Ichcha Dvesh. Because of that, what happens? Because of their conflict, we do not, all beings therefore cannot decide things correctly, whether to hold it or not to hold it, whether to call it mine or not to call it mine. We call things mine, but when they start bothering, then we do not like to call it mine anymore. So therefore this is all very problematic. So we were seeing this King Sagara. Sagara means the one who was born with poison. That is how the name he got. His mother was given poison by other jealous queens of that king. So therefore that little baby would have died. That was the assumption, that the queen and the baby in the womb would die. But no, the poison stayed there. Poison didn't, and the baby, little infant, came out along with the poison. So that is why he got the name Sagara. So this Sagara became a very well known, very pious, and all conquering king. So he had a big kingdom to rule, and then his teacher told him to perform a sacrifice, Ashwamedha sacrifice, where the horse is let loose to go to all different territories, and then if somebody doesn't want that territory to go to the king that has let the horse loose, captures that horse. Hey. And then there is the army coming. after that horse, that king's army, the battle ensues, and then that decides the fate of this who rules. So, Sagara's 60,000 children. He had 60,000 sons. I don't know anything yet how 60,000 son he got from one queen, from one queen got 60,000. How it is possible? Maybe some kind of a cloning or test tube babies. One gets cloned, like so. It is so. The number became 60,000. Like we get prints, the same material. How many prints you want? 100, 500, 1,000. Some very popular books like our what is that children's story book? Uh, Harry Potter. 100,000 copies get printed and sold in no time. So it is now each copy is exactly same to the other copy. So same thing, same material, same production, same binding. So it is one son gets cloned into say 60,000 copies of that. So that might be the reason. How to do that in the modern times we do not know much about it. But in ancient time there was a technique of doing it. One this biology scholar has said that that is how Gandhari's 100 children were produced. There was one fetus which was cut into 100 pieces. That description is in Mahabharata. And then each was put in a test tube or whatever, in a crucible, and from that each one child came up. So Sagar had 60,000 sons like that, and because of their numerical strength and being that princess, king's sons, they were filled with lot of arrogance. We become arrogant, even some little achievement, one becomes arrogant. Yogatmananda, minister of Vedanta Society of Providence, lot of arrogance comes with that. So it is with some little thing one gets puffed with arrogance. So as the horse was running, it suddenly seemed to be vanishing. It vanished somewhere, and these 60,000 sons started looking for it. It appeared that the horse went into a subterranean route. So all these Sagara sons went there, and after some looking about, they found that there is this sage Kapila sitting in meditation, and by the side of this Kapila, this horse was standing. So naturally, mainly due to their arrogance, they thought that this Kapila, he has stolen, and he is dressed like as if he is a mendicant, and they said many bad words about him, that he is a thief and not at all any holy person, let us kill him, and so forth. As they were thinking, all the 60,000 got burned to ashes. There is a note here in the text that the Kapila did not burn them because of their own sins. They got annihilated, burnt like that. So it is like when we have anger uh, against somebody or jealousy against somebody, then that burns us. It is that tortures us. Oh, why that fellow? Okay, I will teach him a good lesson and curse that fellow that it is. And yeah, in civilized world, you curse in a, with civil words, but the meaning is the same. In that, I sometimes allude to that funny statement in the old movie, Wizard of Oz. So, in that Wizard of Oz, that lady who is considered a bad witch, so she took away their family's dog, very, very dear to that little girl. And then, but she had an order from the municipality authority. She showed that I must take it. Your dog is not a good dog. It bit me. So it is. So they tried to plead, but she won't listen and was firm on picking up that dog and going. So finally, the dog was given to her in spite of that little girl crying and protesting. And then, uh, while she was leaving, this lady said, I had been thinking of something to tell you, but I cannot tell it because I am a Christian. So that says all. Because I am a Christian, I cannot tell what I think about you. So it is like that the anger keeps on burning in one's heart. So that burned these 60,000 suns. Now, afterwards, the king had another son by another wife, but that son was just showing himself to be insane and like that, but was really a mendicant and did not want to get involved with any affairs of the kingdom. But that son's son, as the son's name was Asamanjas, means the one who does not have proper brains, Asamanjas. But the son's name was Anshuman. So this Anshuman took upon himself the job of finding out what happened to that horse and then help the father, grandfather actually, to complete his sacrifice. So he also set out, the son of the other son of Sagara took up the job of tracing the horse and his uncles. He found the subterranean path that his uncles had taken and followed that path. Now he was alone following. He didn't have the strength of army behind him. So he was the solitary soldier. So he went and found that there is the horse and the sage Kapila, and he humbly started praising him. It is the praise is very nice. Anshuman says that even Brahma has not been able to realize thee who transcend him, though he has been striving for it through concentration and ratiocinations. Even Brahma could not fathom the greatness of the awareness of the sage Kapila, because it transcends all phenomena. Brahma is the ultimate principle in this world of duality. That where something gets created, the creator is Brahma basically. The foundation was all laid by Brahma. So the Brahma is the ultimate principle of this world with dual throng. Everything is that commanded by Brahma. But Brahma being, working with these principles of duality, cannot fathom the deep non-dual consciousness of the sages like Kapila. So therefore it was not possible that it is all these living beings who are dominated by the three gunas of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, are under the infatuation of Maya. Consequently, their mind goes outwards and fail to perceive the within. This is our common problem, that because of the afflicted by these three gunas, the mind goes out through senses, always looking for the solution outside rather than within. The problem is within, but then we look outside for the answers. So, therefore, naturally, we do not find it. Very simple, straightforward reason that why we suffer, because the solution is in one place, we keep on looking for the other place. It is that one, this fire, and the fire was in one place, but the address that the person heard was wrong. That, oh, okay, yes, it's Providence, yeah, Angel Street, yeah, I will come there, in a couple of minutes I will reach there. Never reached. Because what he heard was not what was really communicated. It was the North Providence, not Providence. So there also they have an Angel Avenue. So many people actually wanting to come here go there. So it is. So when there is no fire, the people said, no, we didn't have any fire. We didn't call somebody else. So those days there was no mechanism to trace what the call has come from what number. So now, of course, even before you tell, by looking at the location of your phone, they know where you are calling from. So, but that is how the problem is in one place, and we rush in a different place. Problem is within, in our awareness, that there is no duality. There is no I and mine. Really, I am perfect. I do not need anything. But under the spell of these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, we get dynamized and go out to grab things, hoping that they will solve our problem. But it doesn't happen. So, the truth has to be searched in the proper way. How can an ignorant person grasp the truth of thee, who are the condensation of pure consciousness and conceivable only to sages like Sanandana, having natural freedom from the infatuation of dualistic understanding arising from the influence of the gunas of Maya? That infatuation, it is a word that comes very close to our state of affairs. We get infatuated by what is being seen. Means lose the awareness of everything else. That is infatuation. This alone is good, very important. The eyes start glittering. Our all, as Bhagavad Gita describes, that everything starts, all our sense organs start then getting coming to life as it were. The eyes start glittering, the ears, nose, everything is ready now to sense the objects outside. The motor organs, they are ready to pounce. So it is infatuation. Uh, it is like that. So we get infatuated in this world and thus lose this sense of reality. Uh, so you are the consciousness personified. Uh, in the prayers, in the arati that we sing, there is that stanza. You are the consciousness, shining consciousness congealed in your person. Bhaswar, Bhavasagar, Chira Unmad, Prema Pathar. That you are the storehouse. Pathar means the house, storehouse as it were, made of what? Love. And always it is not static. The wording is so beautiful that it is vibrating, full of waves, Chira Unmada, always full of these vibrations, all the awareness congealed. Sri Ramakrishna is like that, awareness congealed, consciousness congealed. That is Sri Ramakrishna, Bhaswara. And luminous again, consciousness luminous, Bhaswara means luminous. Bhavasagar, full of these, all the bhavas or awareness, difficult to translate, but one has to feel. Chira Unmad Prema Pathar. So it is what to describe, even Vivekananda could not adequately describe it. So it is the therefore, how can we understand your greatness? So he said like that. So, and then Shuka comments, O king, being means he is telling the story to King Parikshita. And he tells that Anshuman then said all these things, and then Lord Kapila said, O dear one, you may take away the sacrificial horse. That he can take. It will take the touch of the Ganga to get these 60,000 sons of Sagara who became ashes due to their own sin to be liberated. And Anshuman determined to put in efforts to carry on this. So first thing, he took the horse back to the king. Anshuman led away the horse to Ayodhya for the king Sagara to complete his sacrifice. And so the Sagara, now the horse has come, so continued with the sacrifice, let the horse loose again. And then at the end of the sacrifice, what happened to Sagara? Since he was doing this sacrifice with full devotion, he became free from all desires and the bondage arising from them. See, nothing really is the bondage. Our desires, I want to do this, I want to do. Yes, that is the bondage. So, when the desires are not there, no bondage is there. So, the sane person, what should a sane person do? Give up all desires. And if we are not giving up the desires, then what are we, Charlie? Yeah, we are insane, isn't it? If we are sane, then we would give them up. But why do we not give up them? Because we are not sane. We are insane. Isn't it what we will do as a sane person if you hold a very hot pan and is burning your hand? What a sane person will do? Drop it, isn't it? If you are not dropping, what are you? Insane. Quite simple, you see. So we are holding on to this world, thinking that one day it will fulfill my desires. It can never. Basically, it can never, friends. Uh, we should see the truth. This is very simple truth, and why one need not make it unnecessarily difficult. This is the simple truth. So, by sacrifice, this horse sacrifice has been described in its deeper meaning at the beginning of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This Upanishad begins with this Ushava Ashwasya Medhyasya Shiraha, that the horse is actually there described as our perception of this universe, I and the universe. This is the horse that needs to be sacrificed. I and the world. That is the horse. So the early dawn is the head of this horse, and then described, all other things. This is its limbs, this is this. Oh, the idea is whatever we perceive as I and the world, that is the horse. Our false perception is to be sacrificed. If we hold on to it, then there is no hope of emancipation at all. So, give up that wrong idea. This is true. That is, the renunciation is therefore not a scary word. Although many say, no, 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 we are householders, that you sannyasis, you can have renunciation. Not for us. It is, they are not understanding renunciation. Householders also, do they not give up the garbage that they collect? That if the garbage picking truck doesn't come, they call, hey, we are paying taxes, why you have not come to pick up the garbage? So it is that garbage alone is to be given up. Nothing worth is being given up. The scriptures, the sages, they don't tell you to give up something valuable. All that is really stinking garbage that makes our whole life stinking. That is to be given up. So, isn't it very easy? Should be very easy. But, why? Should be easy, isn't it? Should it not be easy? It should be easy. Even Charlie agrees, It should be easy. It is easy, again contradiction. It is easy but very difficult. We don't do it because we don't see it as garbage. We feel that we covet it. Feel that through that stinking garbage, fragrance of the gold with fragrance will come out. Nothing comes out like that. This I and mine has to be given up. It is garbage, friends. It is first of all false, not true. What is this considering the body as I? it is false. It is sometimes. Recently, I had an argument with somebody that says, no, no, this science is very correct. I said, your science will be able to tell you easily that you are not this body. How many scientists try to feel like that they are not bodies? Nobody, hardly anybody. So they are not scientific at all in their temperament. And they think, again falsely, they think that they are of scientific and rational bent of mind. And rationality can tell you very easily you are not this heap of flesh, blood, dung, and whatnot. How can you be that? No, you cannot be that. So, therefore, Patanjali says if one gets purified, then one develops a, a sense of, that dirt about the body. That body, like if some dirty thing you are carrying this body, and then do not have any desire to have contact with other bodies. It is because sees what the body is for what it actually is. So, very beautiful aphorism by Patanjali. So, this is to be Mother, Holy Mother said, therefore, what should we pray for? Very beautiful prayer. Desirelessness. That nirvasana. Let there be no desire. And then you immediately become free. It is, you see, your freedom, it is which has been restricted by the desires. So this is what is this king say that Shuka says that it is. So Lord Kapila said, you may take away this sacrificial horse. And then the king Sagara devoted after this sacrifice. This I and mine was sacrificed, that horse. And then he devoted himself completely to spiritual practices and gave the kingdom to Anshuman. Anshuman had that idea that he will liberate his uncles who have been reduced to ashes by to bringing the holy Ganga. See, Ganga, there is a time, that when Ganga was not flowing in this land in the old times. There was water scarcity everywhere. All the agriculture was very difficult because no water source. You can now also see the tremendous amount of water used from Ganga to drink as well as to irrigate all the land around. It is a great boon. So this boon was procured through all these means. So this is a story, a very enchanting story. Anshuman performed many austerities to bring the holy Ganga, but could not complete the job. He passed away before it was completed, and so next generation takes it up. If you go to see the wonderful these cave temples near Aurangabad, that it is the Kailas temple, for example. Many say it was carried on by the generations of these great sculptors, because one sculptor could not have completed it. So from that sculptor, 20% done, next generation took up. Another 10-15% got added. Then more. So it is very nice, to see that generations, because it's a huge work. If you see that, you can feel that it is not job of say something that can be completed in 1 year, 2 years. Our here this simple renovation work is going on now for 6 months plus. So it is, imagine that constructing those caves in Ajanta, carving them and making such a wonderful carving articles there. So it would take generations. So this bringing the Ganges from heaven took generations. That king Anshuman passed away, then his son Dilip tried. There are stories of Dilip. In our childhood, we used to read about these nice stories. The story of this King Dilip. But he also could not succeed. Then the work was taken up by his son Bhagiratha. The Bhagiratha put in tremendous efforts. So he performed great austerities, and then Mother Ganga then revealed herself to him and said, I am pleased with you. Ask for any boon. See these austerities that he performed, that made him see Mother Ganga. It is they shows that how steadfast he was, this Bhagiratha. This therefore even now when it's something requires huge effort, it is considered Bhagirath's prayas. It is like Bhagiratha put in his efforts for this work. So much effort has been put in. So it is the huge work Bhagirath put that brought this. Mother Ganga says, I am pleased with you. Ask for any boon. And Bhagiratha had only one boon. Oh mother, please come to earth from heaven. So Mother Ganga's reply was that it is who is there to bear my impact? I am the impact of this huge flow of Ganges is not somebody cannot really hold on to that. She says that if I land on earth with this flow, I may penetrate through the earth to Rasatala. It will be so powerful an impact. It will break through the whole earth, go down. So, therefore, who is there who will be able to bear that impact of my arriving? Moreover, Mother Ganga says, I don't like to come because people who are not really worthy, they commit sins and then wash the sins in me. What will I do with so many sins? I don't want therefore to come to the earth. So just people want a liberation for free. No, if they touch me, they will get liberated and I will have to carry all these sins. So what can I do? So Bhagiratha assured, we shall see the details of this story in our next class. But Bhagiratha assured her, you have to look from another point, that not only those committing sins will come to you, those who great sages, those who perform austerities and highly spiritually elevated beings, they will also come to you and they will impart all their great qualities to you and then remove the sins of those bad people who have touched you. So that will be taken care of. So don't worry on that when Ganges flow. You see now, therefore, on the banks of Ganges, there are all the saints from all thousands of sects. They stay there. They have their ashramas built there, and thousands of devotees they visit. I am not at all exaggerating. Go to any of those places on the banks of Ganges, right from Gangotri to Belur Math. They are all on the Gangotri is where it originates. There is a temple of Ganges there, and then it comes down to say Uttarkashi, Rishikesh, Haridwar, then this Prayagraj, Varanasi, and like that Patna continues. And all on both sides you will see that the land has become so fertile. Huge production of grain comes there. So it is, in fact, in this whole Ganges plateau, you won't find even a stone in the soil. It is, you can't find a stone because the land is so fertile. So that is how the glory of this Mother Ganga. And he told also that I will pray to Rudra or Shiva, whose locks on the head of those locks in his head, you can land there. And there he will be able to bear the impact of your tremendous forceful current, and then gradually he will release. So after Ganges said, okay, first you go and propitiate Rudra for that. So thus Bhagiratha now proceeded to that for the grace of Rudra. So anyway, we shall see more details of this in our next Bhagavatam class next Friday. So for now we shall conclude with the closing chant, and if you have any questions you can ask those. निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Anybody has any question? Nobody has question here. Any question upstairs? No question. So we shall conclude with the closing bhajan. Mukund Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshav Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukund Madhava Govinda Bol, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल। कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल।